And now deep thought.
Positive energy activates constant elevation.
Happy thoughts, happy thoughts. Happy, happy, joy, joy.
Happy, happy, joy. Happy.
Boom.
You and Lauren have the softest booms. Hi, I'm Joe.
And I'm Lauren.
And we are the NeuroNerds.
Yes, that was on time.
I feel pretty good about that.
NeuroNerds.
Welcome to the NeuroNerds. I was just talking with my guest co-host for the episode. Say hi.
Hi.
It wasn't awkward at all. How I have a very boisterous welcome to the NeuroNerds.
You're not going to introduce who this is?
No, they know your voice already.
No, you might have a new listener.
That is very
who just
true.
listened
So
just today.
A special co-host today is the NeuroNerds producer, the NeuroNerds editor, the NeuroNerds everything, and Joe's significant other, specifically Joe's everything, Felice LaZae. That was an amazing intro.
I'm pausing for the applause that I'm going to insert there.
It's cheating. You can't make yourself seem that awesome. I think I got to tell you, that was a pretty amazing intro for you.
I can do whatever I want.
You can.
I'm the editor.
You can. Yeah, but I always have backup. Insert Lauren kick noise here. So Lauren couldn't make this episode because we can explain like why everything is like jumbled.
Well, everything's kind of jumbled right now, guys. We apologize about the episodes that have been a little bit late recently. But we're just in a transitional stage.
We are. And some of these episodes have been tardy to the party, but you know, they still have as much love and care as they always do because, you know, I say it all the time, the NeuroNerds, we're here to help. So why we have been late with several of our episodes and things have been backed up is because our NeuroNerd editor, person I'm speaking to right across from me right now, just so happens to be a globetrotting artist.
So yeah, we're going through some transitional stuff. I'm doing a lot of traveling for music and some cool stuff. So therefore, we're trying to figure out, you know,
rhythm and timing.
Yeah.
And you know,
this is a real interesting occupational therapy thing. We're working on Joe learning how to edit the episodes.
It's been a process, but you know, it's even with all this stuff, we're going to be like Tim Gunn. We're going to make it work.
Yeah. So far he's been shadowing me. Yeah.
I think it was pretty good, Tim Gunn.
It was. So far he's been shadowing me and we're going to try out in the next couple of weeks him actually sitting down and editing his first episode by himself.
And by shadowing, she means creepily looking over her shoulders.
Yes. That's what shadowing is.
That has nothing to do with like the editing. This is just like in day-to-day life.
Oh my gosh.
She doesn't even know it, but I'm behind her all the time.
So we're just trying to figure out the rhythm so that we can get these episodes out to you guys. And, but what we have been doing, which has been really exciting and fun, is doing Joe's Change the Face of Stroke campaign over the last couple of weeks.
Boom.
Yes.
We have. It's been really, really cool. We've gotten a lot of great response to it. So many people have reached out and said, wow, that's so many people. And the thing is, it's nowhere near how many people are actually out there, you know, and how many people are continuing to contribute. Every single day is a new face. There's a new conversation that's being started. So we're really, I believe, making a difference. We're really, you know, having an impact. And I'm looking forward to continuing the campaign. It's ongoing. Yeah, it's ongoing. We're just going to keep going until, we are going to keep going. I don't think ongoing. Maybe there's no end to this. Well, I think what's really beautiful about it is that you can say that there's a diverse pool of people that have suffered strokes, but until you actually see it visually, the way we're putting out the videos, it doesn't really hit you. Like you go, oh, it's children. Oh, it's again, several people
races,
have actually said
genders.
that. They specifically said there's so many different faces. There are so many. I had no idea that there was so many children. And we haven't had that many. We've had maybe 3 or 4 children. That's so many to some people. There are so many more. We always put the children first because I feel like, you know. Well, they're the most adorable. I mean, come on. Joey may be the cutest child in the history of mankind. He's the most adorable. Yeah, hopefully you can have him on the show at some point. Oh, that'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. His mom's super dope too. She's really, really, really sweet. But despite all of the what? Well, I was gonna say one more thing.
I think that what's really exciting is that the Change the Face of Stroke campaign is going to really help people have a better awareness for what causes a stroke and how it can happen to you, not just at an old age, it can happen at a young age as well. So we really just hope to spread the awareness and grow this campaign so that it reaches more people. So thank you guys so far for everyone that's been involved and contributed their photos. It's really, really growing and we're excited about that.
It's been a beautiful project, and I think we've really, we've really made an impact, and I look forward to continuing it. If you want to join the Change the Face of Stroke campaign and be part of the movement, send your black and white photo to hello@theneuronerds.com. We're going to be releasing videos daily as part of this campaign. So if you're a stroke survivor under the age of 50 and would like to be included in our Change the Face of Stroke videos, please submit your black and white photo, ideally on a white background, to hello@theneuronerds.com.
Strokes can happen to anyone, anywhere, from any ethnic background and age. By spreading more awareness of this, we hope to educate and help prevent strokes in the future. Join our campaign, Change the Face of Stroke.
And, we are in a bit of a transition, and to stay, there's been a lot going on. And I think one of the things that we've done throughout this transition is stay positive. And I think that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Yes.
Boom. Come on. Yeah, that's right. Nailed it. So positivity hasn't really been one of my strong suits throughout my life. I was actually, what's funny is over the past several days, I've had a few separate conversations about positivity, and I say it a lot. And I talked to Elle about it. I talked to a few survivors across the world recently about being a recovering Catholic. Mm-hmm. I even had a conversation with Noreen from Australia, guest on the show, episode 89, 91.
I think it was 89.
See, I can almost remember things.
I think
close.
It was 88.
Was it? No, 88 was me and Elle.
Elle was 89.
No, we were 88 because of the significance.
Yeah, Noreen was 89.
See, Joe remembers shit sometimes.
Yeah, see, there.
So, and I talk about being a recovering Catholic, not because I'm like against Catholicism or organized religion. I'm not. I was unfortunately raised by someone who was raised by the fear of God, and that was imparted into me. So that didn't really leave me with a lot of like, yay, everything is awesome. I had a lot of anxiety and a lot of fear. I grew up with like a lot of depression. And it was, it was hard to stay positive. So it's only been the last few years post-stroke that I've been really, really positive, because I kind of took a step back and I'm like, well, everything that happened up until that point damn near killed me. So time to make a change, right? And that's what I think I've done. So I meditate every day. I try to look at the glass half full, not just half empty and the other half is full of poison. I don't want to do that anymore. So I'm trying really, really hard to stay focused and stay positive. I've seen firsthand, people get stuck in negative vortexes. I've seen somebody just have such like just such a negative mental state. And then they're on the phone, they're arguing, they're angry, and then they trip and they fall and they break something. And they're just stuck in this negative spiral. And on the flip side, I've seen like beautiful things happen to people who are like in this really positive vortex. They're just getting stuck in a positive
momentum.
Yeah.
Not a spiral. We're not spiraling out of positivity.
No, we're spiraling in control.
We're in a momentum, a positive momentum.
Yeah. And I think it's such a beautiful thing, and the more you do a certain thing, the more you surround yourself with certain type of people who are, I guess, on board with that type of thing. So if you're super negative, you're going to look at the people around you. In all likelihood, they're super negative as well, because that's what you're attracting. Now, if you're super positive, for the most part, all these negative people, they're not going to want to be around you. They're either going to want to switch and be like, oh, wow, that looks good, I want to do that. Or they're going to be like, I don't want to hang out with this idiot. It's just too much.
Well, like attracts like. So
it does.
So when you start being more positive, you're going to attract positive people around you, positive experience around you. And if you're negative, you're going to attract negative people around you, negative experiences. So, it's really important, the feelings that you have, and that affects the vibration around you, if you want to get all.
Yeah, we're getting hippie up in here. So I think I am spiritual. Right.
Well, I mean, whatever your inclination is, whether it's that you're spiritual, you're Christian, Buddhist, I think the similar thing throughout all these beliefs is that your intentions, your prayer, your meditations, all of that affects the world around you. And that's why we do it. Right. So And now it's not just a metaphysical, spiritual thing. It's a scientific thing. Science is proving that thought patterns can affect the physical world around us. They've shown that, like, if you look at some water and you pray or think positive thoughts towards that water, the molecules of the water changes depending on what kind of thoughts you're thinking at that water.
And it's crazy. It turns into wine. It's incredible. So what's funny about that, I actually made, I kind of talked a little bit about that on the Jello live stream I was doing with Ella today. We were talking about grief, right? And I don't know, we got, again, we get into like side conversations all the time. I was talking about plants, right? And like how we grow. How do we grow at a certain point? Like, there's been like those scientific studies where you feed the plant the same amount of food, it gets the same nutrients, the same amount of sun, the same amount of water, the same everything, except one is spoken to really negatively and the other one is spoken to really nicely. Everything else is exactly the same. And the one that's spoken to nicely tends to grow stronger, faster, has a brighter existence than the other one. The other one, yes, it grows. It just grows slower. It's not as strong. It wilts easier. So that's a plant. It's a living thing. Yes, we are living beings. Imagine that's happened to us growing up. I think it happened to me growing up because everything around me was negative. Everything, so I think I grew up wilted, at least spiritually.
Well, and then back to that water again. The big thing there is that our bodies are made up of
a lot of water.
Fact check, insert here.
Fact check. The human adult body is made up of up to 60% water, with the brain and heart being composed of 73% water.
Our body is made up of a lot of water. And so if we can affect water with our thoughts, imagine how we can affect our own body, our own healing with our thoughts. So this goes back into thinking about like recovering from a brain injury or any sort of physical ailment. If you are being negative and you're thinking about it and down on yourself all the time, you're not helping with your healing process. You're just hindering it.
Right.
If you're thinking positively and looking at the glass half full all the time, like, well, I can't walk, but look, I was able to wiggle my toe today. I'm so thankful I could wiggle my toe. Ooh, that's one spark of positive momentum. And if you just take that one spark and ride with it, that can turn into just like a snowball effect. It could just get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and gain momentum.
Absolutely.
So yeah. So like, it's so important, your attitude during a recovery from an injury.
It is. So 3 years post-stroke for me, and the amount of people that I've spoken to is just dumb. I'm just going to say it. It's just ridiculous. There's absolutely something wrong with me, but I think it's like something beautifully wrong with me. The amount of people that like I try to connect with, and what I've seen over and over and over again, the people that actually succeed in recovery, the people that actually recover to where they want to be and exceed expectations are the ones that are positive, the ones that believe, the ones that set goals and then crush those goals, set more goals and crush those goals. And the ones that don't beat themselves up for the things that they can't do, but the ones that are positive about the things that they can do. And I've seen it over and over and over again. The people that fail are the ones that are like, well, I can't do that. I can't do that. I had this conversation with Jane, Heal the Brain with Jane. And she was like, yeah, people will say, well, I can't do that. And she's like, yes, you can. You didn't do it then, but you can do this. You have to practice. You have to try. And these people, they're just like, well, no, look, my arm doesn't work. My leg doesn't work. And it's like, yeah, that sucks. I feel so blessed. I'm so thankful that I didn't have that. I had it for a little bit, right?
Yeah, you did, but you really bounced back.
I bounced back really, really quickly. I wish I
physically you bounced back quickly,
yeah. I wish I knew if I was positive about it or not. Well, because I don't have any reference point.
Here's the other thing. The other factor is you had a lot of people praying for you.
I did.
You had a lot of people. And whether you believe in using the word prayer or meditation or sending positive vibes, whatever your language for that is, it works. It really does. Positive thought works. And all of that is positive thinking.
Right.
And so I think that the fact that you had so many people praying and sending positive thoughts and thinking positive thoughts about your recovery affected you and your way of thinking, because you were pretty positive. You were much more positive when you woke up from that stroke than you had ever been before. And it was almost as if while you were sleeping, you felt all that positive energy and it rubbed off on you because you woke up really positive.
Radical acceptance for sure. Because I woke up and I'm like, wow, this is a new body that I'm in. I'm in a bed. I can't walk. I have a hole in my head. This sucks. So it was just kind of like, all right, well, just roll with the punches. And then like once everything started going, I'm like, wow, the more it kind of sunk in, wow, I shouldn't be here. Like I absolutely should not be here. And apparently I'm really boring Felice because she yawned really, really largely in front of me. You guys can't hear it, but I can see it. It was such a strong yawn.
I like how he's just, calling me out. He could have just not said anything.
Oh no, I could have literally, you would have known. He could have known.
He could have had some, compassion considering that I was up all night last night, but that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was the one that picked you up at the airport. Mm-hmm, that's fine. Mm-hmm. So where was I going?
If you enjoy listening to this podcast, please consider leaving us a 5-star review on the Apple Podcast app. Your reviews help us grow and reach more listeners like you.
Find us by searching for the NeuroNerds on the Apple Podcast app today.
So when you woke up, you were really positive. And I think all of the positive thoughts and prayers that were being sent to you, I think that really affected you. And again, that's a testament to how much we can affect the environment around us just with our thoughts.
Look, I'm a walking miracle. I am, and it's hammered in every single time I talk to somebody who's had any experience with stroke survivors or neurology, where they're looking at me like, why are you so functional when that happened to you? Mm-hmm. Blows my mind every single time. And I know it wasn't just me. Yeah, obviously, you guys know, kind of awesome. Besides that, I really do believe in the power of prayer, energy, thoughts, whatever you want to call it. I believe that because there were so many people from so many different backgrounds around the world that were praying for me and sending me all of this positive, beautiful energy. And I'm here now as functional as I've ever been, as positive as I've ever been, even though I shouldn't be. You look at it on paper, I shouldn't be here. And the fact that I am here, I shouldn't be this functional. I
mean, it just makes you really, really realize that it can't be a coincidence, There's some sort of connection. There's some sort of order to the way the world, the universe works.
Right.
And what I love personally, I kind of geek out on how science is starting to back up spirituality.
Oh, yeah. Science is just catching up right now.
Yeah. And so when the water experiment that I was talking about and just there's been different experiments done where they've had concentrated groups pray about a certain area, for peace in a certain area. And then they saw that affected the crime rate went down, right. Or you know what I mean? So I think that the more enlightened the world is becoming, the more we're realizing that it all makes sense. So why resist it? You know?
Audible is offering our listeners a free audiobook with a 30-day trial membership. As a brain injury or a stroke survivor like myself, it's hard for me to get through reading books due to my injury. But with Audible, I can now enjoy as many books as I want just by listening. Before I started using Audible, I was having trouble reading my brain buddy Mimi Hayes' book, I'll Be Okay, It's Just a Hole in My Head. But once it popped up on Audible, I immediately put it on my wish list. Read Mimi's book with us. That's right, the NeuroNerds are forming a book club. What a great way for our brain injury survivor community to read books together.
And even if you don't want to read the book we're reading, with this free trial, you can select any book of your choice for free. Go to audibletrial.com/theneuronerds.
Boom! Be positive. Be cool. I tell people all the time, hey, just be cool. Be cool. Just be positive. Be happy for other people. Be focus on the things that you do and the good things that you're putting out. Be kind to yourself. Be positive to yourself, and in turn, that's gonna make you feel good. You're gonna want to do that to other people. You're gonna want to make other people feel good. Don't be angry and miserable. Ugh, no. That's like you 1.0. Even if you haven't had a brain injury, that's you 1.0. We all grow, right? We all evolve. Let's evolve together, right? Let's be this community of beautiful, positive-minded, positive thinking people. And honestly,
every successful person that I've talked to has done some sort of positive thinking or believed that it was possible for something to happen that didn't seem possible.
Right.
So, whether that thing that didn't seem possible is you recovering from a brain injury or you becoming a famous novelist, or you becoming like, a politician. I don't know.
That's still a thing?
Whatever I don't know. I was trying to pick something random. I mean, a famous singer, whatever your thing is, it takes one spark of belief to start that positive momentum to get you to the next step that's going to get you to that end goal that you want.
Yeah, but belief, hope, all of that. I mean, so long as you have hope, we have everything that we need, and that comes with positivity. I had hope that I was going to get out of that damn hospital bed one day. I had hope that I was going to be able to get rid of that damn cane.
And I'm going to go even past hope. When you were in that hospital bed, I knew that you were going to be okay. I just had this resolute feeling inside of me that he's going to be okay. I know, like, regardless of what people tell me that, oh my gosh, it's going to take all this rehab. It did take rehab, but it wasn't exactly what people had thought.
Right.
People thought he wasn't going to be able to walk. And I just knew it. And I was meditating, I was praying, and I just knew that you were going to be okay. And so I think that if you want to create something in your life, manifest something in your life, change something in your life, you have to start with really taking the risk of really just believing it and knowing it in your heart.
It's hard, especially if you grew up a certain way and your go-to is, yeah, well, of course that didn't work.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to believe.
Fear is a motherfucker, man. It really is. It gets in your way, and it's so loud. It's so bright, and it just really takes over everything. It takes over reason. It takes over everything. So I fight fear. I fight reverting back to, the old ways, like every single day. It's hard because, again, 30 plus years, a certain way, that's comfort to me. But I know it's the wrong way. I know the right way, and what feels good is waking up and be like, you know what? Things are good. It feels, Felice has been trying to hammer this in for years with me. Just, does it feel better to feel good, or does it feel better to feel bad? I know it sounds so stupid, but like, it's so baseline. Think about that. Like, it feels better to feel good. Like, let's feel good. It feels better to smile than it does to frown. It even takes less muscles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like, it's a natural thing that we should be doing. So I think we should all just be much more positive than we have been. And even if you find yourself to be, oh, I'm a positive person, cool, be even more positive.
Well, and I think what Joe tapped into, that word of feeling, use your feelings as a compass. So if you're feeling like uneasy about something, don't do it. try to focus first. Try to come from a place of doing, of feeling good.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying to just, okay, I don't feel good about going to work, so don't go to work. I'm just saying, try to get yourself in a good feeling place before you do anything. So,
right. If you're in a good feeling place, you're gonna be like, you know what? I don't think I want to do heroin. You know what I mean? Just saying.
How did Joe bring this to heroin? I wasn't even talking about heroin. I was talking about work.
Oh, whole time, this entire episode, I was like, wait, aren't we talking about heroin? No.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, my bad.
So
my mind went somewhere else.
Back to the subject. So, like, again, I'm not saying don't do, like, because if you go to that extreme, you're not going to do anything. You're going to sit on the sofa all day. I'm saying that try to always do stuff from a place of feeling good. So you have to get up in the morning to go to work. You don't really feel like it. So try to meditate in the morning and get into a good feeling vibration, a good feeling space, a good feeling emotion, and then go to work, versus waking up and just getting out of bed and just going through the motions.
I gotta go do this thing.
And just do it. Yeah. You want to go into that workplace feeling good, because then you might attract some opportunity while you're there to do something that you much rather do.
It's hard to stay in that place. Like, even now talking about it, like, I kind of psych myself out sometimes because it's my natural go-to to go negative, where like I have like a little bit of butterflies in my stomach because, like, but like all of these other things. And it's this weird thing that is unfortunately like my go-to. I wish I didn't have that, but I think most of us have that, where it's like, no, things are great. And then like you take a second, like, oh, yeah, but there's always the but, and it sucks. And I wish we didn't have that.
So good to feel good.
It does.
So
it really does.
Dare to feel good. Dare to believe. Dare to imagine. Dare to let your mind just go off into all your wildest dreams and think about, how good would that feel if that just happened?
Yeah, no.
And why not? Why
it's
not?
It's hard
me?
Because specifically for me, like, I need a little bit more, I guess, proof Does that make sense? But then it's like, yeah, but you can't. You just have to believe. And then like, it's the whole faith thing. I grew up.
Faith. Yeah.
It is. I grew up again with the fear. I never had like the love and like the positivity. It was always the fear and the negativity. So like every time I'm like, yeah, everything is awesome. And it's like, yeah, but I have the but. I got to get rid of the but. I'm a work in progress. I'm working on it. I want to get rid of the but. I just want to like wake up, be happy and focus on like the next amazing thing. To be honest, I want to focus on how I can help my community. You know, like I really do. I don't know 100% why I made it back. I know a big chunk of it, I think, is to help other people.
And you have purpose.
I do.
And purpose is something so important because purpose can make you forget about your fears and focus on what you want.
Are you a stroke or brain injury survivor looking for community and support? Well, the NeuroNerds are here to help. Join our #UsoRock Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/UsoRock to connect with other survivors like you.
Plus, read other inspirational brain injury survivor stories on Joe's blog at josorocks.com/UsoRock. And submit your stories there as well. We want to hear them.
And remember,
you so rock.
Stop laughing at it. When I do this actually makes me forget about that stuff. It does. That's why I love doing this. That's why I do so many like Insta lives now, because I'm able to like connect with other people. And every single time I do one of those things, I end up helping somebody else, which is like such a beautiful thing. And I think my purpose is to act like an idiot on microphone, talk about heroin, make people laugh, right? Guide them through their recovery, one heroin joke at a time.
Crickets. No, I see. Yes. I think that, Joe, you have found your purpose and therefore you have tapped into a very special thing, which is what gives people the motivation to get up each day, what gives people the motivation to dare to believe, to dare to be positive, dare to feel good.
It took me years to get to that point. I actually struggle to even get the motivation to try to find motivation. Mm-hmm. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, yeah, I want to find motivation, but I don't have the motivation to even attempt to find motivation. Mm-hmm. I went through that for years, you know, and what worked for me is almost dying. I do not suggest that for anyone at all. Like, make the decision now to change that, you know, and even now, post-stroke 3 years, I still go through like those negative dips and I'm fighting them every single day. I'm choosing to, you know, I'm choosing to fight. I'm choosing to be better. I'm choosing to focus on the positive. Like I think all of us should, because the more positive we are, the more good we put out in the world, the more good comes towards us. At least I think so. Mm-hmm. I hope so. Mm-hmm. That's kind of like the goal. Thank you to our amazing community on Patreon for supporting this podcast.
You can support us too and get different perks and gifts depending on which Neuro Jedi tier you sign up for. For example, if you're on our Neuro Padawan $5 tier, then you're probably listening to this episode a day early before its public release.
Your support helps us grow and continue to create this podcast. Plus, a portion of the proceeds go to a different cause or individual in the brain injury survivor community each month. Sign up at patreon.com/theneuronerds.
So let's just kind of like give some tips of how to start a positive thinking habit. So I think that for some people, it's kind of like, especially if you've been kind of stuck in a rut or in a negative momentum kind of vortex for a while, it's hard to figure out how to get out of it. So something that I just kind of started adapting, I didn't just start adapting this, but something that I've started incorporating altogether is the think it, say it, and write it habit. So me and Joe have always meditated in the morning. I shouldn't say always. We've been meditating in the morning together regularly for the past 3 years since his stroke. Yeah. I always was working on a regular meditation practice. Joe was very much against it.
It's not that I was against it. I just wasn't capable of doing it because I just wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready.
Like most of you guys out there, it's like, I just can't do it, which is bullshit. You absolutely can.
And for years, I was working on becoming regular at meditation. But it wasn't until me and Joe started really doing it together after his stroke that it became just an everyday practice. Now it's just part of our routine every morning.
It's so peaceful. It's a great way to start your day. You slow your mind. You kind of picture what your day is going to be like. Mm-hmm. And after you're done, you kind of have a little bit of smile on your face. It's like, all right, cool. Yeah, knock that out. It's part of your rhythm, part of your routine. Now it's time to start the day.
And I don't even know how I lived like that before without doing that in the morning. It's like I wake up in the morning and I have to do some meditative moments to myself. Like if I don't do that, I feel like I didn't really start the day, you know?
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be for a long time. I mean, 10 minutes is more than enough.
Look, you can do a 2-3 minute meditation. You don't have to go 10 minutes because I know you can get lost in thought. Slowly work your way up, you know, and the more you do it, the easier it's going to be.
10 minutes is better than, you know, nothing at all. So you don't need to be doing like an hour every day. Although an hour every day is amazing too, if you can.
If you can do that, more power to you. But number one, who has that time? Number two, who has that focus? I've been doing this shit for a few years. I don't have that focus. At least I don't believe so. I can do it in groups.
You might be able to. You never know.
I could do it in groups.
So that's kind of part of the think it side of it. Also, I mean, if you like to pray, just some sort of quiet moment to yourself where you can just kind of quiet your mind and get mindful and slow your thinking and just get into a place of gratitude, compassion.
For sure. Noreen and I did this thing for a few months where she was like in a bit of a dark place. I was in a bit of a dark place. And we would contact one another and we would like say, and it started with you when we'd wake up and we would write 3 things that we were grateful for.
Oh, yeah.
And we would do that and it got better. She got in like a really positive place. I got in a really positive place and it was good. And, you know, you can recruit a friend of yours if you know, all you have to do is reach out.
It's like having a partner in your positive thinking path. So what you just said, though, you tapped into what I was going to say next. I said, think it and then write it. So you guys were writing it down. There's something powerful in writing it down. So you meditate, you get into a positive place and then open up your journal afterwards and write down some positive things that you're thankful for. Write down some dreams that you have that you want to create in your life. You know, like if you're recovering from a brain injury, you know, I would like to be able to walk again. I would like to be able to have full function of my, you know, my hands again, you know, whatever that is for you.
It's like having a vision board. So there's that thing. It's like, oh, you have a vision board. You write all the stuff and you put all the stuff that you want to do. I've never in my life done a vision board, but I did write down a bunch of stuff that like I wanted, like, oh yeah, I want that. Not like that, but it's like things that's like, okay, well, this is needed and I think this would be cool. And I realized, I think it was like 2 years later, I was like, oh my God, almost everything on that list has come to fruition. Like it's been a thing. I didn't realize that. So writing it down actually gave it power, I think. Right?
Oh, absolutely. That's why it's good to write it down. You're really like committing to what you want to do, you know, and what you want to create.
And I wrote down hypodermic needle, black tar heroin. No, drugs are bad. Joe's an idiot.
Somehow Joe always takes it back there.
Every episode.
The last thing I said was say it. So something that I've been adding recently, because I always did the think it and write it part, but I didn't do the say it part. And I'm finding that there's something powerful in spoken word and actually saying it out loud. So saying it, and also there is a power in agreement. So if you have a partner, me and Joe like to meditate together, and then we've been saying the things that we want to create and manifest in our life. We've also been saying the things that we are thankful for out loud. There's something powerful about that. It really is more concrete, I think. And there's more of a commitment to it when you say it out loud. And there's, like I said, I've seen a lot of powerful things manifest out of actually saying it out loud. Joe's seen it as well.
I have.
Mm-hmm, so.
Now, I know you're probably saying, this sounds like some hippie stuff. That's fine. Call it whatever you want. You know who some of the happiest people in the world are? Hippies, right? I think hippies get a bad rap. I always tell people, especially of late, I'm sending you all of my positive hippie energy, you know, because it's kind of like a thing. And I got my first 2 crystals this year. Devin got me a crystal for like when I'm driving and I kind of freak out, and I got a crystal from my friend Heather, which is like this beautiful thing. Again, all of this positive stuff that's going on, you know, and it's helping me shift my mind. It's helping me shift my thoughts. And what's negative about being positive? And
you know, it's funny. Just one other thing I want to add to the whole hippie thing. It's funny because these concepts are not just metaphysical hippie things. this is the way that people who are Christian will pray, and people who are of other religions will pray. Like these are the same concepts, that we're just using different words to describe it. So, whatever resonates best with you, whether that's to meditate, whether that's to pray, whether that's to send positive vibes, just tap into that. And I think, again, thinking it, writing it, and saying it really, really, really helps create a practice around your positive thinking. And it does take practice. We call it a practice because it takes practice doing it every day. This isn't
easy. I've been doing this almost every day for 3 years now, and it's still a struggle. I go through my peaks and valleys. I have really deep valleys. It sucks, but I want to fight out. I want to get out of them. And I try to focus on the positivity. It doesn't always work, but I'm never going to give up. And I'm never going to fail because I'm always going to continue to try. So that's where I'm at. And if you're not into organized religion, this is kind of like not anti-organized religion. This is just like a subset of that, right? It's the same energy. And if you're not into like the hippie energy, go to organized religion. It's kind of the same thing. It's the same mental state. It's the same positivity. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're thinking, just be positive. Focus on the good, not the negative. The negative sucks, yes, but what's better than that? The positive. Right. So that's what I want to be. That's what I want to focus on. And I hope all of you fellow neuro nerds out there and the neuro nerd neighbors, the anemones out there. I hope. Apparently the master peas out there. I think, we should all be positive. And I know this is turning into like a Hallmark movie or like a Reading Rainbow or something like that. But it's so important, and especially when you talk about like the brain injury survivor community, stroke survivor community. The ones that succeed are the ones that are positive.
Yes.
The ones that are like, hey, I know I can't feel this one side. And, I have seen amazing things. Like I'm almost in tears just thinking about some of the survivors and the amount of time that they've gone without being able to move their hand, without being able to function and move. And holy shit, they're moving their hand. They're functioning and moving. They're walking. They're cancer free. Oh my gosh. Yeah. There's amazing things out there. And it all starts with like your mindset. If you have a positive mindset, you're going to succeed, period. And whatever it is that you're choosing to do, if you don't have a brain injury, all these people, all these successful people that you're looking at like, oh my God, I can't stand that person. You want to know what they're doing probably right now? Thinking positively. So that's what I want to do. And I kind of encourage everybody else to do the exact same thing.
And at the end of the day, if you can't figure out how to get into a positive vibration, think about something you're thankful for.
I know what that is. Not heroin.
Nope, stop.
The NeuroNerds, because we're here to help.
Oh,
damn
wow.
right. Brought it back. Boom. Come on.
All right.
Nailed it.
All right.
Thanks to our sponsor, Avid Technology, for providing us with the tools, or should I say Pro Tools, to record, edit, and mix our podcast and get our message out clearly to the world.
Try Avid first to start recording today for free at avid.com/pro-tools.
Yay.
Yay.
Get into a place of gratitude. Write a list of things that you're thankful for. That always helps get into a positive place.
Right. I'm thankful for so many things. I'm thankful for everybody who listens to this. I really am. All I want to do is help. All I want to do is connect with each and every one of you. So make it easy on me. Reach out to me.
And oh my gosh, that takes us to this week, which is Thanksgiving.
Nailed that intro.
Thanksgiving. Yeah, that was from the last episode. But yeah, no, this is a week of Thanksgiving. And so write your gratitude list this week. Write what you're thankful for. And I guarantee you it'll make you feel better and make you feel happier and make you feel like you're on a positive path.
Right. Absolutely. Like let's focus on the things that we do have, and the things that we don't have, let's focus on how to get there. Right.
Yes.
Okay. And those are the goals that you set. And on the way, we're doing it with a smile on our face. And if you guys need help with that, hit us up. The NeuroNerds are here to help. Okay. You know what? This is a perfect time. Shout out socials. You can always reach out to Lauren, who isn't here right now, at Lauren L. Manzano on Instagram. You can reach out to me at Joso Rocks everywhere. You can reach out to Felice at
Felice LaZae.
Spell it. People don't know how to spell your name.
It's in the show notes. FELICE
Boom. You can reach out to us at the NeuroNerds everywhere. It's been a very strange year, but I'm very thankful for Felice. I'm very thankful for Lauren. I'm very thankful to this entire community because I absolutely adore each and every one of you guys. I would run through a brick wall if I could for you. please don't ask me to do that because I'm kind of dumb enough to do that.
No, don't ask me to do that.
But you're never alone. The NeuroNerds are always here to help. And
I'm thankful for you, Joe.
Oh, it's because I'm awesome.
And I'm also thankful for this community. You know, this year's been the first year that I've really connected with a lot of you guys on the socials as well. And you guys are awesome. And and really you inspire me so much because when I'm feeling tired and then I realize the things that some of you guys have to go through that is so much more difficult. I'm like, I really, really, really am just inspired by all the things that you guys do and all the obstacles you overcome. And it just inspires me to work harder and overcome my obstacles as well.
Yeah. Step up your game, normie. So I think the point of all of this, stay positive.
Yes.
Stay focused on the good, smile, help yourself, help your fellow man, woman, and child along this journey through recovery and just this journey in life.
And on that beautiful note,
this NeuroNerd and that normie are
out.
Why are you yelling? It's like you were eating the mic.
I don't know. Num, 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 num.